I'm so sorry. You're going to have a rough time this game, my dearest play-by-play.
That's what I love. That's what we're here for, baby. That's what this is.
Away from Tarzan.
It's me and invade. Yeah, so instead of going for the full clear, gonna try to match Tarzan at his blue buff.
Ooh.
Gonna spot that ward and now go in for the steal of the wolves. Tarzan smites away the big one, which is of course the most important, but denies some XP. As now On is walking straight into the Tribush, just gonna phase check it and die. First blood to anyone's legend. On's brain seemingly off for that one, and now Shun in some danger as well. Kael running in to make sure that Shun is not able to contest this blue buff, and AL get a kill for free.
Did he think he was on Alistair? I don't know what just happened there. That was objectively not correct. Okay, cool. Well, that kind of stifles the play for BLG, but they make a counter on mid.
Be in trouble as well. Yeah, that's an easy kill. Now they don't feel comfortable enough to go for it immediately, and that means that BLG are going to be behind on the neutral objective front to start this game off.
Gonna make it difficult if AL continues to stack up those objectives for Tarzan to ult over. We have definitely not Hope in the mid lane, currently lurking around, could potentially go for a collapse. Tarzan is still finishing this blue buff though before deciding whether he's going to impact the lane or go for the grubs, or honestly neither by the looks of it.
Yeah, it feels like, you know, Tarzan
to blow them up and then reset, play another slow engage and look for another play as he is diving first play.
Wow, right on to Bin. Underneath the tier 1 turret, Flandre does land the knock-up, but it is followed by the public execution of Bin. Void Rush comes through. Bin not going to flash away from the damage, but does make sure Flandre goes down to the final turret shot. It's a confirmed 1-for-1 as Tarzan does kill him with the Comet Spear, but now he's going to come up with the Realm Warp and make sure that none of the wave is lost.
Oh, hold on. He's ghosting aggressively. Tarzan may have to flash out here.
Gonna be okay for now. He uses the Aegis to get away from a lot of that damage from the overload, but does have to flash away. Get that call completion soon. He's going to be pretty accelerated at this point in the game.
Is a bot laner to first have a full item? This Essence Reaver is basically saying, I get to infinite wave clear now, and you cannot do anything about it. So, hold on, should going for this.
Going in. Flandre forced to flash away. Bin with that Q3, able to finish off the kill. But Tarzan is here, and he has a decent chunk of damage in his own right. But Bin follows up with the public execution. That eclipse with a lot of survivability. And in goes Shun with the flash of the wind becomes lightning. 3 talent strike, and the kill. That's 2-0 in favor of BLG. Dominated by AL, topside dominated by BLG. That's where the gold is allocated, and that is where these players will be spending a lot of their time. A 2-0 Dragon lead for AL certainly will be helpful in terms of scaling towards that late game, but we'll see if that comes to the cost of Flandre's life, who is in significant danger here. Down to about 500 HP, of course, going to be able to get some healing back in that burrowed form, but Shun is chasing him down. Nice dodge from Flandre. That's the little stuff here that makes him one of the best top laners in the world.
Well aware after the previous play that he can avoid this as long as he dodges away from that essential ability, and will be able to TP back up top. Has the unleashed TP at this point, is going to be safe up there. Tarzan pressuring bot lane, but Knight's quite tanky.
Look at the damage Knight's able to provide underneath the turret. Kael with the Pop Blossom. This Knight flashes away from it to make sure he does not get stunned up, but Bin comes in with the TP of his own, has the public execution, and will use it onto Shanks. Gets hit by the Rune Prison, but the Petrifying Gaze in response is going to be enough for the Embested to drop. So it's a 1-for-1 in this fight on the bottom side, and Hope hasn't even arrived yet. Chain of Corruption goes wide, but now Bin looking and hunting for potential stun. Not going to find it, as it will just be BLG backing away with that 1-for-1, but...
You have your Sivir having to burn ultimate just to evac your support out of the play.
Now Shanks, without any flash or ultimate, is going to be in trouble once again, as Shun has arrived to the bottom lane to take him down. That is Shanks' 3rd death of the game. He has been targeted heavily by the hands of BLG. And he'll be down for the next 30 seconds, but Tarzan looking to make a play of his own. Uses the Grand Starfall to get inner access into that mid lane tier 1 turret. Potentially try to cut Viper off if he goes a greedy route. Gonna get spotted out by that Scrying Orb, but it might not even matter as he is forced to cleanse. Does use the Hail of Arrows to try and slow Tarzan down. And now the Chain of Corruption has come in. Bin has come back from base, and BLG are looking to party once again, and AL are not in the right position. Viper gets payback onto Tarzan, and they'll lose yet another man.
Long-time former teammates. Viper comes out on top in that one. Just barely playing on the edge Does have to burn his summoners though, makes this Varus a target in future fights. But we need to see AL force something. They may have the dragon lead, but if very important objective for keeping map control, particularly with how essential dragons are going to be to a win form for both teams.
Kael using the clone to face check that brush where a lot of BLG members were in, and Tarzan opting to go forward is going to just get met here by Shun, who now has a wild growth on top of him. Only one gets stunned up by the petrifying gaze, but Shun is taken, and the Comet Spear from Tarzan will take him down. That's no jungler available here for BLG, and that is the signal for anyone's legend to go forward. Teleport comes in from Tarzan. They're going to go forward onto Viper. The Age is keeping him alive for so long, nearly able to take the Varus down, but he will live by the slimmest of margins, and Bin has come in to clean up the rest of the fight. Flandre flashes in. He's able to get one back on tonight, but the Mbessa is just massive at this point in the game. Bin 1,500 gold up, 4-2-1. Looking to tear apart this Rek'Sai, and Shanks is in some danger as well. There's no ultimate available here for Bin, so he will have to back away. But BLG, all in all, come out on top in the fight. It's a 2-for-2 overall, but Kael still not long for this world either.
Both junglers respawn. Completely stifles that engage, and Shun with a really nice sidestep to not get stunned up. Tarzan collects him on the end, but as we get to see here, it's Bin.
The fact that Knight able to clear out any wave that he chooses right now, that is around the top side. And now Realmorph is coming in underneath the tier 1 turret. Could be in danger, are anyone's legend. Kael does not hit anybody with that Pop Blossom, and he's already down. And so is Flandre, with Bin landing a beautiful public execution. So it's the tower plus 2 more in favor of Bilibili Gaming, as they have had all of the right answers in this mid game.
Oh, AL want to counterattack by knocking Billy down here. If they are able to kill him, it would let them go and contest the objective, but no. Bin does have TP. Yeah, like, he's ahead of you now. You can't do anything here, AL. You can't play for this.
The 5v3 Hope does not have the Infinity Edge yet. That is a major power spike that has not been unlocked. Bin just trying to soak up as much pressure as he can to allow his team to wear purple for the next 3 minutes, and they land a Rune Prism onto Shanks as well. Kael has returned from the Death Realm. Shanks does not hit anybody with that petrifying gaze, and so it will be about as strong as this Sivir is going to be in terms of comparison to the rest of the map. 3 full items on this champion, nearing level 16, and AL already off to a good start as they pick off Knight and force him to use the Realm Warp defensively. That is a tool that they will no longer have at their disposal, but Shun still looking to go in. Lands that audacious charge onto Kael, lands a knockup as well, and there's a Lulu on top of him to shut the Nico down. He dashes away from the petrifying gaze. Shun is popping off. He's got a triple kill here in this one. And now Flandre has teleported in, but is immediately forced to use that tunnel to escape. It is a 3-for-0 in favor of BLG, and that makes sure there is no hope for AL to contest this dragon.
BLG call it too little too late from AL pulling off their attempt at a play. It was exactly what we wanted them to do 20 minutes ago. And not able to walk away with anything, it will be BLG securing an even larger gold lead. They won't be cracking the base off of this Baron, but I think
for a sort of counter engage, but he thought it was hard to kill Shun 5 minutes ago.
Yeah.
He's got a GA now. You gotta kill him twice.
Yeah, that doesn't look so good, especially because Tarzan does not have his yet, so it means if he were to go in, yeah, okay, BLG's plenty away. If they can find Tarzan, yeah, they can take Baron for free.
You're playing Smash and you got an extra stock. You get to play a little bit more aggressive, make sure you're able to play it with your life a little bit more, and that's what Tarzan is going to force Shun to do. He has the wild growth on top of him now, but still in a pretty good position. Pop Blossom only finds on, and the fight now beginning in earnest with mid laners fighting around the top side of the map. Flandre on a teleport is going to find on a flank, but Tarzan is in a bad position himself, and he'll get taken down at the first casualty, and Flandre goes into the middle of a 1v5, and he's not going to like those odds one bit. He flashes on out. And now it is AL on a complete retreat underneath their own tier 2. But the Realm Warp is going to stop any sort of sense to that. Shanks goes golden, but it will deny the inevitable, as now Hope is the only one left standing around the fight. It is an overall 3-for-0 as BLG dominate once more and will pick up their second Baron of the game.
Question is, what do they get done at the same time? Knight looking to knock down this top lane tower as well with the dragon spawning. I mean, there's the potential for AL to go for some kind of counterattack. You have Pantheon up with ult in 12 seconds, but where can you even find anything? It looks like it's just going to be forfeiting across the board.
Did this with love, as, wow, Shanks barely got away from that one. But Kael not having the best game in terms of finding the right place. Pop Blossoms, I know he's a lot on his plate, but have not been on the mark just yet. And that means that BLG been able to take control, and specifically off of finding picks onto Kael, who has been one of the most consistent, one of the best supports that we've had in the league for over a year, say, at this point. BLG pick up their third Chemtech Dragon, and they are looking good. But they could have maybe picked off on as Tarzan went in with an Empowered Blast Cone, but it'll immediately be stymied. And Shun still going to be invulnerable at this point. The Guardian Angel has been popped. Kael looking for another engage and does find a two-man stun, but it will only be the Guardian Angel being popped off of Shun. And now Bin is straight into the backline, publicly executing anyone's legends right next to their own base. That is going to be another ace picked up, as BLG will march into the mid lane as 5 strong to take game 1 of this series.
What decisive fashion to kick off the series. BLG fighting to call themselves top 1 in the league. No talk about this top 2 stuff, as they will walk it down, get their first game in the series. But remember, they still need to close it out if they want to be going into that first spot heading into playoffs.
It was close until it was.